crash and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I wanted to discuss Lorde's newest album, and that is Solar Power. And the reason that I wanted to discuss this was because I felt like as of the single release, the release of the single, Solar Power, I felt that this record, or the single for that matter, wasn't really that well received because I kind of got the vibe that nobody really liked it. And I thought that was crazy because I've loved Solar Power from the first time I heard it. And then with the second single, Stoned at the Nail Salon, I loved that even more than Solar Power. And I really like Solar Power. So I knew that this record was going to be something special. And I think the thing, like at least as far as I'm concerned, the thing that makes this record so incredibly special is, as far as I'm concerned, this is her first complete album. I found that with her first two records, it was more like they were a series of singles anchored together and sold as one complete package. It was like the records, they were good, but they just weren't as complete sounding as this. This sounds like a complete album that was written all together at the same time with the same goal in mind. And I just don't feel that from her first two albums, even though I love her first two albums. I've always felt that they were more, like I said, like a collection of singles all kind of packaged and sold together. Whereas with Solar Power, this is the first complete Lorde album we've received. And I love this record. And I don't think the record overall was that well received by her fan base or anybody else for that matter, because as of its release, it seemed to pretty much vanish and nobody really talked about it again. And I thought that was like a complete shame because there's The Path is on here, Solar Power's on here, Stoned at the Nail Salon is on here. You got Mood Ring. If you got the deluxe edition, you got Helen of Troy. I love that song. California's on here. I don't know if I said California already, but this record is awesome. The songs are fun. I love how they all have like an acoustic guitar bass. It seems to like ground the record better. It's not quite as all over the place as her first two albums were. I mean, granted, her first two albums have, they were responsible for some of like my favorite songs ever, like, Green Light and Homemade Dynamite being a couple of them off the top of my head. But what I love about this is the sense of continuity and the book-endedness to the tracks. Like, they sound like one complete package. They sound like one complete album. And this is the first time that Lorde has done that. And I hope that she continues on down this path. Now, like I said, I don't think the record was that well received. So through label pressure, she may have to shift her sound somewhat in order to make it a little more of a commercially successful venture on her next album. But that'll be okay too, because if she goes back to the like single-based releases, that's fine, because she's a hell of a songwriter and her songs are still incredibly fun and incredibly catchy. So that's okay, but I hope she sticks with this sound and continues to grow with this sound from this point forward, because this record showed a lot of maturity, and this record is, as far as I'm concerned, it's the catchiest record she's ever released. And I would like to see more albums like this. Now, whether or not that happens at this point, who knows? But, and I have pretty much no say in it anyways. But I just love how complete this album sounds. And I love the artwork. And it's not just because she has a great ass, which she does, but I just love how it's a ballsy cover. And it's a throwback to like the record, the album cover feels like something that would be released in like 1974 or 1975. And I love how when you see it in stores, it's got like a Lorde sticker over her ass. I just love that because that sense of like record censorship has kind of long since been like let go of, because nobody's really taking chances anymore. Everything's played really safe. So it's nice to see these like official Lorde stickers covering her ass, because it reminds me of my childhood with records like by like bands like Cannibal Corpse having censored albums or having stickers put on top of them. And you just don't see that anymore. So it's really fun and refreshing. And it's a great cover. Like, I just love everything about that. And it's not just because I think she has a great ass, which she does. I love everything about it. Compositionally, I love how it looks. I love the colors. I love how it's focused yet blurry. I love how it feels like summer. Actually, that's what I love about this record entirely. Is I love how this record feels like summer. I will say they misstepped somewhat by releasing it. It pretty much, I think it was released at the end of August. And that's pretty much the end of summer. This record should have been released in early June. But then again, I had no say in that. So, and it's over with now anyways. She's most likely working on her next record, which will be rad. So I am going to leave it there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discuss Lorde's third record, and that is Solar Power. If you like this review, like always, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And if you thought Solar Power was rad, don't forget to let me know in the comments. If you thought it was bad, don't forget to let me know in the comments. That was lame that I made that rhyme. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.